Right here in Paze Community, Byazhin across in Kubwa, Abuja, dozens of residents have been forced to abandon their homes due to incessant kidnappings in the area. For Tony and Gloria Anotu, the pain is unimaginable. 4 of their children have been kidnapped, and they say they are yet to be contacted by the abductors.
Immediately that my customer told me that, "Madam, they are operating in Paze." I screamed and I called my husband. I said to my husband, "Just leave here now. Maybe he has not gotten home. Let me call him first." I called him immediately. He said, he called me my name 3 times. After that 3rd time, he didn't talk again. I told my girls that are working for me, I said, "This is not just ordinary." I throw my apron to them and I climbed back. Reaching my junction here, I saw crowd. When I entered, I started shouting. I said, "Where is my children?" I didn't see 4 of my children. It is left with my last girl, 3 to 4 years old. When I entered inside my house, they scattered everywhere. We were looking for the small one. We found out that they put her under the bed, carried the pillow and clothes, everything, and put on top of her. We were thinking she's dead. But when we tapped her, she turned. We now carried her out. They broke my house. They entered inside my room. They turned everything upside down. There is nothing they didn't. They went to my storeroom at the back. They packed the whole, both rice, both oil, everything. They packed all my clothes, all my husband's clothes from the wardrobe. They carried everything. I came out front of my gate. I started seeing my bag. They scattered everything outside. So that was what happened. And since that Tuesday, we have not heard from anybody. And my children are 4. My first daughter, 16 years, Angel. The second one is Success. That particular one is my husband's brother's child. That have been staying with me right from 3 years. The girl has been 3 years since I carried the girl. They carried that one, and she's 13 years now. They carried my son, my first son. That's the only son I have. He's 9 years old. They carried the one that followed my son, Flourish. It's a girl. She's 6 years old.
I was the one that locked the gate. I said they should not open, even if anybody knock, if they don't hear my voice. So I went there after I finished talking with the prayer warrior leader. I sat with my wife just to take my dinner. While I was eating, I was just eating the food. My inside of me, I'm not just. Immediately I finished it, I told my wife I want to go to the house. Although before then, while I was sitting there, when I finished eating, I saw the police healers pass with siren blowing. So I never thought that this thing is my consign. The healers that pass, I saw them stop halfway. They not parked. So they didn't even know that I am the one that these people were invading my house. So he thought that it's another person. So he don't want them to enter their hand. And I say, "Stop, stop, stop. Who is that?" I stop and I turn just for me to respect the order. I told the Okada man, "Stop." So one of the neighbors there, he said, "This is the pastor. This is." I said, "What happened?" That this is the pastor. The police now walk up to me that these people are in my house, the kidnappers are in my house. Immediately my strength dropped. What is my trauma now is that the trauma of these children is what I am paying with, not them carrying them. The trauma they are facing now, their daddy is not there, their mommy is not there, their uncles, every other person is not there, but they find themselves in the hands of stranger, not just stranger, with dangerous weapon, with horror faces. These children are facing all these things. So each time I remember it, I am went inside of me, I am pained.
It's like they knew me going out, I'll hear the information and I'll come back. So they block the road, that they know that definitely I'll come. So from there, when I'm close to there, my spirit was kind of not at peace. So I just crack my gun. When they hear I crack the gun, they start exchanging fire with me. So unfortunately, police does not come on time, and I'm out of ammunition and I'm alone. So I cannot approach them because they can hold me hand to hand. And which is I don't have that strength to defend myself. And the time I went out, my mind was not telling me, the time is too short for me to think they have entered my house. So immediately we just ran to my neighbor's house. You understand? So when we reached there, one of my colleagues, I told him to come and check my house. So when he came, he now told me that my wife, he'd be calling my wife, she's not answering, and they broke one of my window. So that is when I came back. I saw that she's not around. So we ran into the bush, walking helter-skelter. It's not up to 40 days. She put to bed. So even the baby now is with my sister. She's taking care of the baby, giving him baby milk. They are giving him milk for now.
On Tuesday, as at I think 9 p.m., we normally resume our work by 10. And then by 11, we are deployed to our various posts. So that very day, I think when we just left home at around 10, all of a sudden, we had information that kidnappers are in town. And they are actually vandalizing a house, which is the pastor's house over there. So immediately on our way coming to go and check what was going on, we were fully prepared, armed and ready for anything. Unknown to us that they were hiding just before the pastor's house at a very open tree here. I think, should I call it a little forest here? And all of a sudden, before we knew it, our commander said we should hold back a little because his spirit is telling him something is wrong there. Before we knew it, he cocked his gun. We also cocked our gun. Immediately, they released fire on us. So we had exchange with them for about, I think, 20 minutes or so. Before you know, they stopped firing and they left. Not knowing that while they were doing that thing, they were just doing it to delay us. They were still on with their assignments, going around, going everything. Unknown to us that they are even in our commander's house. And that was what happened. Before we realized it, they have taken everybody away. The exact hour they are doing what they are doing in the pastor's house, they were still here. The exact hour we are still fighting up with them there, they are still here. And they went down to another man's house at the same hour. Not like they finished here, go here. No, at the same minute, at the same time was when they were actually doing what they were doing. So they came in a huge number. With the kind of weapons those guys were holding, I don't think we are in any way a match to them.
Yeah, I think I can say this is the fourth time that this is happening in this our community. The first one was a nearby village. When they took the man, we tried possible best to report to police. The area commander come, they promised us that they are going to give us police checking point here. However, since then we have never seen the checking point. So when the man paid some ransom, according to the news we hear, we paid the man home visit then. He told us that he paid a lot of money before they released him. So 2 years interval, that was this early January now. They took one man behind our side there. The man also paid something like 3 million naira before they released the man. So as they released the man, we went to DPO again. DPO collected our number, promised that he was going to help us by giving us police posts. And ever since, they will never see. So last week now, like they went to Kujoint, the area we call Kujoint, a nearby community again. They took about 3 people from there. So as they took them go, they released them, never reached 2 days or 3 days. They still come for this one again.
After the operation in my house, they came back to this hotel. They thought that there are people inside. So from the narration from the owner, he said that they use a gun and hit the key and they find their way inside. And at the same time, before they even hit it, some of them, they already carried themselves through where there is no this barbed wire. One will stand, another one will climb, they will enter. That was how they enter inside. They broke all the windows to find the way enter, and they enter inside. They made their way with the phones inside.
What I want government to do is for them to help me to get my children. It's my children that's the only problem that I have now. They didn't wear any cloth according to the people that saw the way they were pushing them. My last girl, 6 years, she's very sick.
I am speaking now to the Speaker of the House of Rep. I am speaking to Akpabio, the Senate President. I am speaking to Tinubu to hear the cry of the people. You are there to lead us, not to only lead your family. You are there to protect the citizens of Nigeria.